So this is powtoons, right? So if I want to create a new one, I'm going to click create. I'm going to pick what I actually want it to look like. So different levels here. Some of these are more expensive and you're going to pay for them, but I'm going to go for the basic whiteboard. And then it comes up with a general storyboard. This is a basic one. I'm going to pick a teacher one because I am a teacher. So let's do my intro. So it then comes up with a bunch of templates that you can then edit and fill in. So I've used a whole bunch of these before, but we're going to use this little dude here at the front. Then making your statement. So what are you going to be talking about essentially? I'm probably going to end up using this one to talk about different types of training. So I want this one because I need to talk about a few different things and just give a basic outline. If I want some background on that, in looking at here, adding more information on each of these topics. So this is the one that I used to start with. But if I'm going to talk more about any of those in particular training things or differentiate stuff, you can just scroll through. There's a whole bunch of them. You can look at situations, and it'll then give me people talking in particular ways, and I can just fill in what's happening, and I can do my audio recording over the top later. Concepts, and you get a few more things here. So let's just say I want someone to talk just for the sake of talking, to explain something. Illustrate some benefits, and again you can just scroll through. So this is still concepts. At the top here I can go back to intro, specifications. Let's go for some specifics, so just choose that, and you can just go through, and if I don't want it, just delete it. So I don't want goals. I'm not really going to do a call to action. I might do an outro, so let's have a look here. What kind of outros might I use? So let's use this one. So that gives you my basics. Okay, is this storyboard ready? If so, continue to step 3. All right, so let's continue at the top. Okay, so here we are. This is what it comes up like. So it's basically just laid out like a PowerPoint. So you can scroll down and you can duplicate slides. So duplicate, you can add images, you can delete them, you can add a new slide underneath. So often I'll duplicate stuff because they do limit the length of what you want to see. So I always turn this on because I do want to see the timeline. So that'll then load up for me what's happening. And so if I go to the beginning here and I press play, it'll then tell me what the basic thing's going to look like as it goes through. And they've got sound on this one that's going over the top. And it'll scroll through the whole way through. And so each of these are set for 5 or 10 seconds, and you can change the length of that. I don't really like sound, so let's move that out of the way. Whoops, move that out of the way. And get rid of the sound on that. Is that the tunes? So here they've chosen different tunes. I can import a voiceover and music tracks that might be on loop or whatever else. Ultimately, I just want to get rid of whatever sound is there because I don't want their music. But anyway, so I'm going to scroll through here. It's got, hey, this is the text, so I can select that. There's my text. I can select it, and then I can edit it. If I go here, I'll give me all my colors, and this, I can actually change the function of the text. So if I want that to come in with a hand writing it, it tells you what it looks like. It'll then pop up like this. I can have it. So however I feel like having this text come up. So often with whiteboard I like to use the hand that's writing, so let's apply that. And so now when I go back here and I press play, it comes up and the hand's writing that in there. The next text is there, and that's title name. So what are we going to talk about? So how to use powtoons. All right. And this tells me that that's the sound that's coming up, and I can change the way that these come in and come out. So here it's popping in. I can make it slide down, but because of the nature of what it is, I actually do want it to pop in. So click back here and it can pop in, but the dude, how does he come in? He comes up, so I want to change that. I don't want him to just pop up. I want him to slide in from the right. Okay, and so now his edit, as he enters the video, he should now slide in like that. And things get written. and then he'll disappear at the end. And then the same for this one. So these are grouped, so you can see if there's more than one thing in there. You can select that one. So that's a circle. That's the text that's within the circle. That's my arrow that's pointing to the text. And then that's the text. So you don't have to use that. I can go up here and just double click it and edit the text and change what it's going to say. So let's say I want to talk about aerobic system or aerobic training. Okay, and that's that done. Here I can change the color and stuff for the circles, all the rest of it. I can select this and change how it comes in. If I want to actually make it pop out, I just move that, and then when I get to the end, that will also disappear in my video. And then just the whole way through, just going through, looking at these things at the bottom. Do you want sounds or not? So sometimes they come straight with sounds, sometimes they don't. And you can skip that first section that I did and actually go straight to the third bit and go through using this stuff on the right. So this stuff on the right, if I go here and I decide that I want to add a new slide, here I have a completely blank slide. So here I've got my different what kind of templates. So remember before I chose whiteboard. So up here, let's decide I want to do an infographic. So I'm now going to get all my choices for infographics to come up. Okay, so select here, that's the infographic template that I like, and then it inserts it all for me. And of course with all of these I can slide and change when they come in and when they leave. And then if I've got them grouped, so here you can see that there's actually multiple things here. So when I select this, if I select both of them and moves them together, if I want to just select one of them and move it by itself, I can do that as well. And then of course just go through, enter whatever text you want into each of these things. And again, like I showed you before, you can change the way that you have that text appear. If I want to add more text, I can go here, select which type of text. If you don't like those, you can actually search through stuff as well. So you can click more here and it'll give you more different types of text. So, you know, if I want this type of text, I'll select that, and it pops. I can then shift that. It tends to be a bit, well, got to make sure I actually select the whole thing. Let's get out of that, and then there we go. Let's move that too. So it likes to group things for you naturally and doesn't like to move. This is the bit that I actually find a little bit frustrating. But now that it's there, if I then select it and they group them together straight away. I actually don't want that though, so I'm just going to delete it. Go to the library and I've got all of my animated characters, so I can select more, lots of different characters, there's emojis and stuff. I can go here and I can search. So if I want a businessman, that's not how you spell business, right? And then it shows me all my businessmen. It'll show me their animations that they've got, and so I can select him. I want him in there. There he is talking. And then I can change his animations. So if I go here, that's his animation settings. I want him to constantly go over and over and over again on a loop rather than just doing it 4 times. I can swap him and then he'll get replaced by, if I want this businessman. But I've just selected him twice, as you can see. So I'll delete one of those. And then I can select him. I can move him around. I can flip him. So at the moment he's right-handed, but I want him to face the other way. There's objects as well that you can have a look at in terms of inserting objects, and again you can search through the objects as well. You can insert graphs and tables. You can choose sound, so you can. This is where you record your audio to go over the top of your powtoons. So you just click record and it does it per slide, much like Office Mix would. And so you just get stuck into each slide and then join together at the end. So when you move a slide, it takes the audio for the slide with it. And then you've got images as well. So here you can actually upload your own images. So if I go here, hopefully it comes up and doesn't take too long. There we go. And then I can pick an image from anywhere that I like. Choose one of these ones. Let's do that one. Just for demonstration purposes. Open that. Unexpected error. It's always fun. probably because I've pressed it so many times. But here you see ones I've already uploaded previously. So let's say I wanted to use this one. So I can preview the image if I want to, or I can just select it. So there we go. That's the image I want to put in. So if I can remember how to put it in, that would be great. Insert image, there it is. And so then it gets inserted, and then I can edit it and move it around and whatever else I want to, like you would on a PowerPoint, essentially. But again, it takes up too much space. And obviously, when I insert them too, they go where the cursor is. So in terms of their timing for when they appear and those types of things. And you can edit the way that they appear. So even here, if I select here, I can change the way that it, I can change the shape and pick something else, all kinds of stuff. So it's the way they generally tend to function. So that's like that because of where it is on the thing. If I go back here, press play, it gives me an idea of what it's actually going to do as it scrolls through. It looks like I've actually zoomed in a bit on it, so there should be some way I can zoom out. Anyway, zoom out. Yeah, so that's basically how it goes, and you just add stuff in, change your sounds, you can add text and whatever else down here. So if I want to add something back here, just add it in there, get rid of this one because I don't want it, and it goes back to what I had originally. You can duplicate too, so if I have this and I'm doing my voiceover, it seems to have really zoomed in for everything that I've got at the moment. I don't know what happened. Let me get rid of that. Yeah, it says 100% though. There we go. Oh, 100%, actually selected 100%. All right, so I've zoomed back out now, so that's good. So now if I want this, so it's 10 seconds, I want it to go longer. So it tells me here, if I go back here, you'll see the flashing stuff come up there. It tells you where that extra second is going to be added. So if I wanted my seconds in between, because I need to explain stuff in between here. So if I want my second to go in there, I'll just go here. It tells me it's going to go there. I get an extra second there, an extra second here. I can put an extra second there. But then once I run out of my 20 seconds worth of time, it'll then stop me, so I'm still clicking here, but nothing's happening. I can then go up here and just duplicate though, duplicate the whole slide. Okay, and would then take each of these, and I'd actually just go right. We're going to go right to the beginning, and we're going to get rid of this entrance thing. Oops, I just said backwards. That was good. And I'm going to say I actually don't want anything. So down the bottom, there's no effect. So now when it comes up, it'll be there where it was originally on that slide. So that's kind of the basics of it. That should get you started, and hopefully you'll have fun. At the end, you export. So export your video. Obviously, you've got to save it first, just up here, and then you get your options. So obviously, it'll publish to your your powtoon, so you can have a look at it later. You can then go through here and publish it straight up onto YouTube, Vimeo and stuff. You'll see that these ones are only available for people who pay. So I've paid, so I can export it as an MP4. I can share it, I can get embed codes and stuff for it as well. And then, so if I click that, it'll then spin around and tell me that it's going to take a little while. Give it a title, so this is just a demo. Let's select all of that and write demo. I can then add a description, so this demo is for how to use powtoons. Save that. I can add tags so that people can find it on powtoons. So, demo, how to use powtoons. You can put in all those things. Just put a comma in between each of your tags. So that comes up. Select your category. So this is training. And then it's currently unlisted and it's on private, so I can make it public so everyone can find it, or I can just leave it unlisted. So let's make it public so everyone can do it. Click next. I then can choose how much I want. So I do not want the watermark. If you're on the free version, it'll have a little image like this in the bottom right hand corner. It'll also have an outro if you don't pay for it, and so they'll have their little thing that says this was made on powtoons. So I want to hide that. I can choose to have HD quality because I've got my premium at this level. I do not have the business one. and then click download Powtoon, and then it will spin around and load, and it'll tell me when it's ready. So here's the video that's up on Powtoons, and it comes up here and tells me they'll send me an email that then gives me a link to then download my MP4, because of this is just using your Powtoons player. I can then still go back and edit it too. So if I click edit, it will take me back. And the only thing that I didn't really show you was the fact that some of the characters and stuff that you can use and import, they're limited, so you have to have a pro account or a business pro account in order to use them. So if you want to insert objects and stuff that are animated, that move, quite a few of those you have to pay for. So if I go here and I want to insert an object, or some library actually is where I'm going to find them, and I type athlete. So here you'll see that they come up with that little lock sign, okay, and then when you insert them, it'll say this is for premium, okay, so please upgrade to business. So I don't have access to him, so if I then export it, he'll get deleted automatically. And so sometimes when you select your template, they might actually have some of the more premium characters in it, and so you need to be aware, and they do tell you. So if I leave him there and then click export, it'll tell me that I've still got the premium going, then that he'll be removed. So it's better for you to remove him yourself or to upgrade.